Thank you guys, thank you. Merry Christmas. Very excited to be here. Give it up for the other comics, Tony, David, Jennifer, and of course Jim. You know, when Jim called and told me that we were doing this at the Parliament, it really threw off my pre-show routine. I've been doing this for about a year now, and I got a pretty consistent routine. I practice for a little bit, I eat a nice meal, and then I do some light masturbation. Nothing heavy, just to clear my head so I feel good about what's going on. But when I hear we're at the Parliament, I had to completely change my routine. So the first stop was the tanning salon. Very exciting. I'm excited to announce that you're looking at the owner of a 1-year membership to Palm Beach Tanning. I gotta get my bronze on when I'm coming out here, thank you. I got a hunch it'll be hard to cancel that next week, but we'll see what happens. Next stop was the mall, some Ed Hardy gear, some Reflection shirts, some pre-ripped jeans that have bedazzled on the back pockets. I don't want to sound old-fashioned, but remember when you could get a pair of pre-ripped jeans for a couple dollars? Now you're spending $150 on a pair of jeans that are pre-ripped and have a couple jewels on the back pockets. It's really ridiculous. And then my last stop on the way here was to pick up some roofies. I figure with Barrel and Vine closing down, this has got to be the #1 spot in town, right? I'm kidding. And ladies, before you get upset, I don't have roofies. I couldn't find any. But I did grab some antacids on the way out. So let me just say this. If your drink starts fizzing later, it may have been me. And I might be interested. So how did we do on Christmas this year? Did we survive Christmas? How was everyone's Christmas? Good? I'm looking at a crowd of people who look excited to be out of the house. Excited to be away from the kids. Maybe excited to be away from the in-laws. I don't know about you, but I feel like Christmas, the season just gets longer every year. It used to be the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas season starts. But now I feel like it's the day after Halloween. And that's 2 months of potlucks, ugly sweater parties, friends get-togethers, family get-togethers, work parties. By the end of 2 months, I'm broke, I'm hungover, and I'm tired. Luckily I felt the same way after both divorces, so I'm used to it. It's familiar. I did have a nice addition to my Christmas season this year. My son, he's in kindergarten, and he was in the school play, the school Christmas program. He even had a line this year. So they sent him home with a note that says, please practice every day. So it's only 2 sentences. So I added some choreography, I added some costumes, I added quite a bit to the show. All got vetoed by the teachers. So I don't want to say too much, but we're shopping for a new school. You can't put us in a box. You won't put us in a box. I'll tell you what, my work Christmas party this year took on a whole new feel though. Because I started a new job in May. Thank you. So the last job I was there for 15 years. And the nice thing about that, they know I'm an alcoholic. They know I'm going to drink too much. They know I'm going to say something stupid and kind of hover on that layer of being fired. Maybe not. But for these first 6 months of the new job, I've kind of hidden my demons away. So I was really anxious about this Christmas party. And I remember on the drive in there, it was just a couple weeks ago, on the way there, I started kind of doing some flashbacks of some of the last Christmas parties I was at. In 2019, I was trying to cut weight, for the new year. So I said no beer. So I only drank dirty martinis. At 8 p.m., I woke up and I thought I had gone back in time because I was in an 8-year-old's bed. Now, luckily for me and the state of Nebraska, the 8-year-old wasn't there. But it was uncomfortable nonetheless. 27 Thank you. 2017, I actually can't tell you a single thing about the party, but I can tell you that when I woke up the next morning on their couch, the husband of the host was sitting there shirtless, eating leftover nachos. Mildly uncomfortable. We actually ended up having a great morning. I wish I could tell you more about 2016, but the lawsuit's still pending. Let's just say this, men can be roofied too. Okay? So I have all this going through my head as I'm going to my new job's Christmas party, and I get there and it's a beautiful home, and the boss hosted us there, and I got my white elephant gift, I got my Christmas sweater, I'm excited, and I knock on the door and it opens, and standing there is, let's see, how do I say this? The most attractive, the most intimidating, and the most muscular human being I've ever seen. My boss's husband. Let me paint the picture. Shaved head, which I assume he does with some sort of knife, right? Muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles, and then tattoos on those muscles. And he invites me in, very polite, and he says, "Hey, you want to tour the new house?" I'd love to. First up was the gun room. And it was basically a 5x5 room full of guns. As he was explaining what each one does, I was just wondering which one he was going to use to kill me. Up next was the headroom. Not as fun as you might think. It was a bunch of animal heads, of which he's killed with, I assume, the guns. Now, I like to mix it up and kind of feel like part of the group, so I said, "Hey, what gun did you use to kill this bear here?" He said, "That bear? I didn't use a gun." I said, "Oh, so what kind of weapon did you use?" "I killed that with my bare hands." So I made up a new game that night. Every time he made eye contact with me, I took a very large swig of my beer. The good news is their couch was very comfortable and he had his shirt on in the morning, so it worked out really well. Guys, thank you again for hosting. So, we actually almost didn't have a Christmas at our house this year. And as parents, we all know, we threaten. We throw a lot of threats out there. But after a year and a half of being a stellar student in school, an exemplary role model, according to his teacher, my son decided to become a psychopath the 2 weeks before Christmas. Let me throw out some things that happened. He threw a chair in the classroom. Yeah, all right. How many schools did you go to, sir? Just curious, how many? I just want to do some planning. So he hit a couple kids at recess. That's pretty common. But my favorite was the assistant principal called me and said, "There's a little problem. As we're currently speaking, the principal is chasing your son through the hallway." That night I was like, "Bro, it is 2 weeks before Christmas. What are you thinking?" Listen to what this little son of a bitch said to me. He goes, "Dad, my mind told me not to do it, but my heart told me I should."
Don't fall for it.
And listen, I've been married twice, I've been divorced twice, I get that. But I was like, "You are blowing it, man." But these threats that we make, right? We take away Christmas, we take away the iPad, we take away the TV, we take away the toys. They're all toothless. We're not going to do any of those. Why? Because we need them. I can't be a parent without the TV. I don't know how. I don't know what to do. I need those more than he does. I'll tell you what, he turned it around though. We had a really great Christmas. He got a drum set for Christmas. And I know what you're thinking, you're fucking crazy. And you're right, I probably am. But he loves music, and since he threw the chair and tried to burn the school down, I was like, it fits, right? He's got that rock and roll in his heart. It's amazing the lengths we go to for our kids though. I went somewhere this week that I never thought I'd go. On December 23rd, my son lost his first tooth. And by lost, I mean lost. We couldn't find it. Like, we didn't know where it was. It's been loose for a while, and all of a sudden he looks up, he's got this smile, no tooth, and I'm like, "Where is it?" He's like, "I don't know." Looked everywhere for it. Came to the, realization he probably swallowed it. Now, if this was his 5th tooth, no big deal. 3rd tooth even. But this was his 1st tooth. We gotta find this thing. So the next morning he says, Dad, I gotta poop. And I had a light bulb go off. Cut to me in the bathroom holding a bowl with my son shitting into the bowl. And I grabbed a fork, a plastic one, not an animal. And we start combing through this shit. Now we are dry heaving. We are gagging. It was, I don't know how, when you only eat goldfish crackers, how does your shit smell that bad? Oh God. But I'll tell you what we did. We found that fucking tooth. Or a piece of corn that he ate the night before. Either way, we put it on the pillow. Tooth Fairy and Santa Claus came on Christmas Eve. Very exciting. Give it up for that. That's nice. That's a goddamn Christmas miracle right there. So now we're through the holidays, so now it's New Year's, right? New Year's resolutions. Anyone got a New Year's resolution they're going to work on this year?
Oh, yeah.
What do you got? Let's hear one.
Stop yelling out in public.
Anyone? More workout. Yeah, and anyone got some exercise goals this next year? Sure. Don't point at the girl. This guy just pointed at the girl next to her. This is your last date with her, bro. That's terrible. He goes like this. She needs to work out more. Yeah, that's fucked up, bro. Man, if anyone's interested, this young lady's single. I'm glad you're smiling, because, woo, that was rough. Yeah, I'm gonna start a petition. I think I could probably get a couple signatures here tonight. It's for our host, Jim. A New Year's resolution. For 2024, how about one new fucking joke? Just one. Just one. Guys, I'll write it. Someone else can write it. It doesn't have to be funny. None of this other stuff is. My history with resolutions isn't great, and I did the fitness thing myself. My problem is, I start out really strong. 3 or 4 days that first week at the gym, but then I don't go back for like 2 years. And from right here, that's not a great recipe for success in terms of fitness. I did have one I joined a new gym, and it was hip, a lot of gay guys, so I was like, God, this is cool, I like this. And I went for like a full month. And when it comes to the gym, I love the amenities, right? I love a steam, I love a schwitz, right? Love the hot tub. So, I get done working out, right? And I just want to soak a little bit, right? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. I know that half of you were just at Lifetime Fitness before we got here. So I get in the hot tub and I see this piece of paper taped to the wall. And I didn't have my glasses on, so I got a little closer. And it says, please, ... no more shaving in the hot tub. Yeah, it was bad. It gets worse. I made the mistake of feeling the paper. Thing was fresh out of the printer. Warm. Which told me that I was currently stewing in a tub of pubes. Right there.
You hit it right on the.
So that was the last time I went to the gym. The other resolution I do a lot is drinking, right? Cut back on drinking. Who here is going to do dry January? Any dry Januaries? A couple in the back there? Yeah. Let me ask you this. When it comes to dry January, do you schedule out your exceptions? Do you look at the schedule and say, okay, dry January, but we have dinner Tuesday. So, and then we have that event the next Friday. So I was looking at the calendar today. I have 13 exceptions for January. Now it doesn't help. There's 5 Tuesdays. So what am I supposed to not drink on Tuesday? Doesn't make sense. So I think instead of a resolution this year, this is what I've decided. I'm just going to try to be a better person this year. Try to be a better human being. And I think tonight is a great way to kick it off. I'm here at the Parliament, one of the douchiest bars in town, with a pocket full of roofies, and I'm fucking ready to party. So let's go. Guys, thank you so much.